Moments with God, a time of reflection for every day.
July 9th. From the well to the purpose. But as for you, ye thought evil against me. But God meant it unto good, to bring to pass, as it is this day, to save much people alive. Genesis 50:20.
What appears to be a final fall can be the beginning of a rise. For God has the power to transform the pits in our lives into platforms to fulfill His plans. If this idea seems incredible to you, take a look at the story of Joseph in the book of Genesis. Joseph was the second youngest of Jacob's 12 sons, and he had dreams of greatness. He was loved by his father, though hated by his brothers. But he was happy because he acted with integrity, always stood up for what was right, denounced abuses, and lived a dignified life within Jacob's clan. One day everything changed. His brothers, in a fit of rage and hatred, threw him into the deep pit to die. His cries moved them nothing, his pain held no interest, and down there, he could only see the beginning of the end of his life. Suddenly, a noise awakened a glimmer of hope. Merchants outside were talking, and it seemed they were going to rescue him. And so it happened, but it was worse, because instead of freedom, they took him as a slave to Egypt. In Egypt, he was accused, imprisoned, and event after event, the men plotted to destroy him.
What seems like an interruption today may be preparation. What seems like a defeat may be the path to a greater blessing. God sees the whole picture when we only see a part of it.
Joseph may not have understood where each misfortune was leading him. Every time his troubles seemed to be over, another would always strike. But there was a thread that guided his life, and that was his faith in God. He accepted each misfortune without knowing what the future held, because he had decided to dedicate his life to the God of his father Jacob. And from that pit, unbeknownst to him, the steps to the king's palace were built. Only in time was he able to understand God's purposes, when he saw that all of it was preparation for a more honorable position.
Joseph regarded being sold into slavery in Egypt as the worst calamity that could have befallen him. Yet, he felt a need to trust in God as he had never felt before when he was protected by his father's love.
Deep wells appear in our lives: rejection, disappointment, illness, anguish, and so on. But there can be a new beginning within them. Don't let the well define your identity or your future. Instead, surrender your questions, your wounds, and your fears to God. If you remain faithful, you will discover that the well is not the end of the story, but the path God used to lead you to His purpose. Look at Joseph. What men used to sink him, God used to lift him up. Amen.
Thank you for listening to this audio. We invite you to share with your contacts and visit the website BibleWell.com.